My name is Paul Watanabe. I'm a professor here at the University of Massachusetts, and I want to welcome you here to this wonderful day. Those of you here who drove should count yourself first amongst the lucky ones, because it means you found a parking space. On this campus, that is probably the most important thing that you can have. I can view Ideas Boston, the day that you're going to have here, from a variety of perspectives. First of all, I've been an attendee. I've attended several of these over the years. And for people who have attended in the past, and I think there are many people here who have come year after year after year, I needn't tell you about what a wonderful experience that you're going to face here on this campus. Today, for example, I think 13 is in fact going to be your lucky number, because you're going to hear from 13 wonderful people. Indeed, coming over here, listening to NPR, there's a segment, I think, a program called The Hidden Brain. Well, today, you're not going to see any hidden brains. They're all going to be fully on display here for you to see. And wisely, these 13 speakers are not from any one particular field. That is, it's not just an all-star lineup of people in the arts and the humanities, an all-star lineup of people who are in public policy or journalism or scientists or from the business world or from the social sciences. That I think part of the wisdom of Ideas Boston is that they bring together a collection, a little bit of each of these various disciplines for you today amongst the 13. And thus, I think what you really are going to get today is really a potpourri, a smorgasbord, a poo-poo platter, if you will, of intellectual delights. And I think that you are in for an exciting day. And again, if you have colleagues sitting around this room who have come before, they know what I'm talking about. They've now built an incredible roster over the years of individuals who have appeared in this particular forum. And we're so proud here at UMass Boston to now be its host. I've also been one of those individuals who's been lucky to have been a participant, a presenter in this as well. And let me tell you, and there are several I know that I've already met today who in the past who have been presenters and are now coming as attendees as well, that it is an honor and is a humbling as well to be selected as a participant and a presenter. And it is slightly intimidating. Just think about it. You know, you're going to be an individual. We're going to march 13 people up here. Most of you are in the audience who are going to be making participants, watching the other people make their presentations. It's intimidating. These are smart people. These are talented people. It's a little bit like community auditions or American Idol or Dancing with the Stars. You feel that somebody's going to judge you and decide who's going to be the one standing at the end. But it is mostly, and I know this for the speakers, and they're going to find it's mostly an exhilarating experience. It's an experience that they're going to treasure. It's an experience that they're going to feed off of. Not only the other speakers, but the audience as well. And that's why you're going to play a critical role in this. I think your response, your enthusiasm, is something that I think all of our speakers are going to respond to. And also, in this modern age, believe me, the talks that are given here are going to live on. They are recorded. They are available over the internet. I gave my presentation 4 years ago, I remember, because it was just before the 2008 election. And believe me, I'm forever young. I see that, people see that video and they see that person from 4 years ago. And finally, I am a representative of the host institution now, the University of Massachusetts Boston. So I want to give you, and you're going to hear from our chancellor, I think, this afternoon. But I want to give you, on behalf of this institution, this fine institution, what we call, in fact, a student-centered public research university with a service mission. And I want to welcome you to our fine institution and thank you all for coming and joining us today. And when you're here and when you have an opportunity just to walk around during breaks and so forth, I want you to have an opportunity and please rub shoulders with our fine students and our staff and the scholars that we have here. And if you do rub shoulders with those scholars, you'll be rubbing shoulders with people like Pulitzer Prize winners Lloyd Schwartz and Kenneth Cooper. So please believe, at least for this day, and indeed for those of you who are taxpayers in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, this is your public research university. And for this day, own it. not just on the day in which you pay your taxes, and help at least pay for about 40% of this university. And finally, let me say this, that every journey needs to have a navigator. I think we've seen this over the last few weeks in these series of 4 presidential and vice presidential debates. So with no offense and all due respect to people like Jim Lair and people like Martha Raddatz, people like Candy Crowley, and people like Bob Schieffer, we today have, I think, the best navigator possible, and that is, of course, Tom Ashbrook. Tom is going to guide us through this day as he has so ably in many of the Ideas Bostons before. He is a person that in some ways is going to channel. You're not going to be able to ask questions directly of our speakers, but from a variety of sources, he's going to channel some of your thoughts. He's going to raise some of your questions. He's going to introduce the speakers, and he does a wonderful job of it. And therefore, I think it's time for us to start. I welcome you to this institution. I know you're going to have a wonderful day, and that Tom is going to guide us ably through this wonderful experience. Tom Ashbrook.